The history of Microsoft Windows. Timeline. Windows 1.0. 1985. Files and app are executed by MS-DOS executive. Windows 2.0. 1987. Maximize and minimize. Windows 3.0. 1989. New interface, files and apps are executed in Program Manager. Introduced Windows Media Player. Windows NT. 1993. The first OS with 32-bit architecture. Windows 95. 1995. Introduced Start Menu, Internet Explorer, File Explorer. Windows NT 4.0. Introduces Task Manager. Windows 98. 1998. New version of Internet Explorer, new system improvements. Windows 2000. Introduced the first version of Windows Movie Maker. Windows XP. 2001. Windows Media Center. This is the first Windows with 64-bit architecture. Windows Vista. 2007. New interface, Arrow theme. Windows 7. 2009. Improvement version of Vista. Windows 8. 2012. Metro, no start menu button, live tiles in Metro. Windows 8.1. 2013. Improvement version of Windows 8, added start menu button. Windows 10. 2015. Start menu is back, added new apps like Grooves, Movies, Cortana. Windows 11. 2021. New start menu placed in center. File Explorer has new look. Live tiles are removed from star menu. Codenames. Codenames. Windows 1.0 Interface Manager. Windows 2.0 No Codename. Windows 3.0 No Codename. Windows NT Razzle. Windows 95 Chicago. Windows NT 4.0 Azure, Shell Update Release. Windows 98 Memphis. Windows 2000 Asteroid. Windows XP Whistler. Windows Vista Longhorn. Windows 7 Windows 7. Windows 8 Jupiter. Windows 8.1 Blue. Windows 10 Threslod. Windows 11 Sun Valley. Windows Logo Evolution. The very first logo was developed in 1985 with the debut version of the program. It was a sky blue and black image, composed of an emblem and a word mark on its right. The emblem featured a stylized image of the window, formed by 4 squares of various sizes with white lines, separating them from each other. The Microsoft Windows word mark in black was executed in a thin, elegant serif typeface, representing professionalism and authority. This logo is for Windows 1.0. The logo was redesigned with the launch of Windows 3.0. It was a monochrome composition with a very realistic window picture and a word mark placed under it. The emblem was executed in gradient shades, creating a mysterious feeling. The flag logo era for Windows began in 1992 and lasted until the 2010s. The first colorful badge was designed in 1992 and boasted a waving flag shape falling into pixels in its left part. The right part of the emblem featured 4 colorful squares, red, green, blue, and yellow in a thick black outline. The word mark was still placed in the bottom part of the logo. In 1993, the word mark under the iconic flag was changed to Microsoft Windows NT. It was executed in the same color palette, style, and size as the previous version, so the NT lettering was the only change. All of the elements of the logo were redrawn in 1994. The flag was enlarged, so was the Windows part of the lettering, which was now placed under the emblem, written in narrowed and elongated letters. As for the Microsoft part of the logotype, it was set vertically in the left from the Windows, also in black serif typeface. In 1995, the flag was placed diagonally on the left of the nameplate, which was now enlarged. The Microsoft part was executed in thin, delicate lines and placed above the bold sans serif Windows inscription, which was now the main part of the logo. For the NT version, the logo was changed again in 1996. The only change here was the replacement of the thin 95 digit with the extra bold NT letters, set in the same stable and strong sans serif typeface as the Windows part of the inscriptions. With the release of Windows 98 in 1998, the logo of Windows was refined. It was actually the same emblem as the one used by the software during the previous period, but with the bold and heavy NT replaced by the 98, executed in thinner lines. All other elements of the composition remained untouched. The logo, created for Windows in 2000, was probably the most colorful among all the versions of the software's emblems. It was still the bold black inscription, but now it was placed under geometric and multicolor graphics, formed by numerous square frames in orange, yellow, and different shades of blue. Inside the bigger square, there was an iconic Windows flag set on a white background. The visual identity was redesigned again in 2001. The black frame was removed from the flag, so now the emblem was only composed of 4 waving squares, which changed their colors to lighter ones. As for the wordmark, it was also refined and now featured a thinner and more elegant sans serif typeface. In 2006, with the release of Windows Vista, the emblem got flatter and more modern design. It was still executed in gradient colors, but the texture of the squares was in 2D. The word Microsoft is removed from the logo, which makes it look more minimalist and professional. With the launch of Windows 7 in 2009, the logo was slightly changed again. The emblem is now enlarged and the colors of the squares are more intense. The new era of the visual identity design starts for Windows in 2012. Now the company uses only blue color for its logo. The wave shape is gone, the emblem is strict and geometric. It is still composed of 4 squares, but now the Windows symbol is placed in half-turn. The emblem created for Windows 8.1 is flat and modest, enough professionally executed, and evokes a sense of confidence and modernity. It is a solid square composed of 4 smaller blue ones, separated with thin white lines. The emblem, placed in 3/4, is set on the left from a neat sans serif logotype in the title case. In 2015, the sky blue of the logo is replaced by a calmer and darker tone, which looks more professional and evokes a sense of reliability and protection. The wordmark was also refined and became thinner and cleaner. For Windows 11, released in 2021, the company has simplified its logo, placing the emblem straight and flat, and using 1 shade of blue for all the elements of the badge. Now the 4 equal blue squares form a large one, with thin white lines of a negative space, and are followed by a title case inscription in a bold sans serif font, with the 11 in the same style. Default wallpapers: Windows 95, Windows 98, NT 4.0 solid green, Windows 2000 solid blue, Windows XP Bliss, Windows Vista Aurora, Windows 7 Harmony, Windows 8, Windows 8.1 IMG 0, Windows 10 Heroes, Windows 11 Bloom.